Hi, this is Jack from Maths Forge, and in today's lesson, we're going to be solving inequalities with one symbol. Let's take a look at our first example. Here we're being asked to solve x minus 3 is greater than 7. So just as you would do with a regular equation, to solve this means to isolate the x. So in order to isolate the x, we need to get rid of anything that's attached to it. So currently there's a minus 3 attached to it. To get rid of this minus 3, we're going to add 3 to both sides. So we're going to add 3 to the left-hand side and add 3 to the right-hand side. This will leave us with x is greater than, notice how the symbol stays the same, 10. Because of course 7 plus 3 is 10. And this is our solution. If we check our answer, there it is. We'll do another one-star example. Here we have 5x is less than 50. In order to isolate the x this time, we have to get rid of this times by 5 that's next to it. And we're going to do this by dividing with 5 on both sides of this inequality. This is now going to give us x is less than 50 divided by 5 is 10. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now let's do a two-star example. Here we have x plus 72 over 9, which is less than or equal to 17. Now, in order to isolate the x this time, we have to get rid of this divided by 9. And we're going to do this by multiplying with 9 on both sides of this inequality. This is now going to give us x plus 72, which is less than or equal to 17 times 9, and that gives us 153. Now we have to get rid of this plus 72, and we're going to do that by subtracting 72 from both sides of this inequality. This is now going to leave us with x is less than or equal to 81. And if we check our answer, there it is. We'll do another two-star example. Here we have 7 minus x, which is greater than 1. So in this case, we're going to get rid of this plus 7 first. And we're going to do that by subtracting 7 from both sides. This is going to leave us with negative x is greater than negative 6. Because of course 1 minus 7 is negative 6. Now here is where inequalities differs from equations. In order to get our negative x to be a positive x, we have to multiply through by negative 1. With inequalities, if you ever multiply or divide with a negative value, it causes the following to happen. The negative x becomes an x, and the inequality symbol flips around. And then of course negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. So when you multiply by a negative or divide by a negative value, your inequality symbol in the next step flips around. And if we check our answer, there it is. Now let's do a three-star example. Here we have minus 2x minus 8, which is greater than negative 20. So the first value I'm going to get rid of here is this minus 8, and we're going to do this by adding 8 to both sides of this inequality. This is now going to leave us with minus 2x, which is greater than minus 12. Now there's this negative 2 attached via multiplication, so we're going to divide negative 2 to both sides. And don't forget, from the previous example, if you introduce a division or a multiplication by a negative value, then the inequality symbol flips around. So on the left-hand side, we're going to have x, and the inequality symbol flips around, and we're going to have negative 12 divided by negative 2, which gives us positive 6. And if we check our answer, there it is. We'll do one more three-star example. Here we have 4 brackets 10x minus 2 is greater than 152. So the first step here is to expand the bracket by multiplying this 4 with every term on the inside. So this is now going to give us 40x minus 8, which is greater than 152. Now the first number I'm going to detach from this expression here is this minus 8, and I'm going to do this by adding 8 to both sides. This is now going to give us 40x is greater than 160. And now to detach this 40 from the x, this is 40 times x, we are going to divide by 40 on both sides of this inequality. This is now going to give us x is greater than 4. And if we check our answer, there it is. And that's it for the lesson on solving inequalities with one symbol.